Guys, so I've been thinking about doing this chat for a while now. I keep putting it off because it's kind of like, well, it's the infinite. So like I've been thinking of this metaphor, like visual mental exercise to grasp the infinite, because I've kind of talked about this before, but like the importance of regularly exercising your mind around the infinite in as many ways as you can. That's what like really expands your mind and your thinking, and has been such a massive part of like my awakening, is this infinite thinking and the infinite ways that you can reach the source through infinite thinking. And so and each one of these is like a metaphor for source, really. Because there is no one way to, know source. There's infinite ways because source is infinite. And so each one of these metaphors, each one of these mental exercises, each one of these mental experiences is another like I'm getting another highway to reach, to know, to get where we're going, another highway to reach the destination. And the destination is to, get back to source, right? I'm just getting like another like kind of realization type thing there, that like literally every one of us, everything is just another highway, another way, another vehicle, another experience to reach the destination of source, like to experience source, if you look into the infinite of that. So like looking into the infinite of you, for example, is the soul of you, the infinite soul, and the journey that your soul is on, that it's never ending, it is infinite. No matter where you are on that journey of you, quantum, all time, all space, like that is your experience of the infinite. And this is why I've kind of been putting off this talk, because it's like it can literally go in any direction. But there was one mental exercise that I've been wanting to talk about, because it's such a beautiful visual one. So I'll get into it. Enough of because I could literally go in so many different ways when you're talking about source and the infinite and our experience of that, because we all have different ones. Anyway, so the viewpoint of the creator. The viewpoint of the creator. Okay, So I think that's just what I got through. I think that's where I'm starting. Okay, so the viewpoint of the creator, because this metaphor, this visual exercise is like, I've been getting like a camera, for example. Imagine, well, we'll start off with a camera as if, so you can understand zoom lens and like zoom in, zoom out, right? So imagine, you know, how like a really awesome camera can literally zoom in, you know, like super close into a plant's leaf type thing. Like you're up here and you can zoom in so far. Like people can zoom into the moon now, like that far, just from like a, you know, a handheld camera. So imagine this, imagine you are this, the best freaking camera out there, right? And you've got one lens in front which is zooming, which can zoom in like an awesome amount. And then imagine in the back of your head, you've got eyes in the back of the head, right? So this camera has got like dual lenses. So the camera which is you, the creator's viewpoint. So this is the creator's viewpoint. So this camera, the creator, zoom lens on one side, and on the other side is like a zoom out lens. Alright, so, and this is a tricky bit, but it is really good exercise for multi-dimensionality thinking, and putting this infinite idea all kind of, for it to kind of, you grasp it at once, right? So imagine you're this amazing zoom in, zoom out camera, the best. Like we've all seen those little videos where, you know, like there's a zoom out of the earth and, you know, it gets smaller and smaller, and then there's, you know, the you know, you see all the planets and the solar system, and then you see the galaxy, and then blah 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 blah. So this is what this one does, and the zoom one literally is going zooming in. So this front one, imagine, all right, for a start, this front one starts zooming in. You're standing there on the ground, you're looking down, and you know, you're looking at some grass, right? So start by visualizing, whatever you like, but start by visualizing that zoom lens going in, zooming in, getting closer to the grass and going in. You know, the ants become like this, and you just keep going, the granules of sand, you know, into those granules of sand or blades of grass, to the cells, and then further and further. And at the same time, this one is zooming out, like I was just saying, to the Earth, to the solar system, to the galaxy, and all the way, and it just keeps going. And these are going, if you can grasp both happening at once, you can visualize these, and like that, you're in as far as you can go, and you're out as far as you can go. And play with this within your own mind. Is that at, you know, what point do they become the same place? Like that is in my mind, like that is the infinite, like and so that space where they meet up is the quantum. This is not a very scientific metaphor, obviously, but it is the idea of exercising the brain to understand and to start just thinking about this, of the as above, so below, in and out, all this kind of thing, like, but go as far as you can with your thinking. And doing this at the same time of it's like expanding your mind in two ways, but ending up at the same place, which is the creation, which is the creator's viewpoint. And yeah, so there is so many different ways to start grasping the bigger view, the broader minded view, and the more ways that we can expand our minds in this way, whether it's this kind of infinite thinking. I'm just getting like a lot of people, we talk about time a lot as well. When it comes to the soul's journey, if you really zoom out on your life, on your soul, so you can do this zoom in, zoom out with anything, with you. You can zoom into this current present moment and meditate on that, and you can zoom into your body as far as you can go, to the inner workings, and fully zoom into the present moment. And you can also zoom out while you're doing that. Part of your mind's doing that, the other part can be zooming out on you, sitting there thinking about the present moment, and part of you can be zooming out on your life leading up to that point. You can try and open your mind to view the rest of this life. You can try and open your mind to view like rewind your life so far and where you were before, lifetimes that you've previously had, lifetimes that you would wish to have in the future, the ethereal nature of your soul, where you go. There is so many different ways and to look at it, and really it's the imagination, creation, but I guess I'll just wrap up by saying, like, what's the importance of thinking this way? Inner peace. It's another form of becoming like at one with where you're at, like pure acceptance, but at the same time being active in your surrendering to what is, and being awe-inspired, and continue looking for more pathways to be flawed or inspired, it ignites your creativity, your inner divinity, your connection with everything, especially your nature and nature around you, and connecting with that, so you do feel connected, that you are a part of it. Because, you know, so many of us feel so isolated and separated from life, from reality, and doing this type of thinking, really, by zooming in and zooming out, especially, you know, to be honest, especially zooming out and really seeing broad spectrum, the big picture, with and you in it, like you're a part of it, but that part is only a small part of your big experience. So combining these two mental exercises of you on your infinite journey and you now in this journey that you're currently on, and combining those two kind of mental pictures, it really enables you to see where you're at and why you're here, according to kind of both of those pictures, if that makes sense. The lucky band of thought patterns that we have, you know, before awakening, and that, like, for so long, so many of us have got just this small bubble of thought loops, very limited thought patterns. We just are so busy, we're only exposed to certain things, we live in a little area, like there's only so much that we kind of, our brains are doing, our thoughts are exposed to, you know, we get into these extremely repetitive thought patterns, and it keeps us small, it keeps us confined mentally and emotionally. And if we want to grow emotionally, we want to grow our consciousness, we want to grow mentally, we want to change our environment, we want to, you know, whatever, like, it means that we need to change the way we think. And exercises such as this, mental exercises such as this, literally expands that lucky band of thought loop, of thought patterning, that it is just like we just get into a thought rut after so many years of doing the same thing, you know what I mean? And for anything to change, you have to change that. You have to change your thought. You have to bring more information in. You have to expose yourself to more information, and you have to push your thinking patterns out. And I have found, like, this kind of a mental exercise is just, it is mind-blowingly powerful, because the more you do this infinite, like, to push the lucky band all the way till it breaks, then it's literally like your mind is then open. Like, at any point you can like, you know, you're going about your normal human experience at work or at the shops or whatever, and you come across this normal human drama, or, you know, if you can tap into the level of infinite in that moment, it puts it all in perspective. And this is when, at these moments, is when you can change your world and the world around you, because you have exercised your mind and thought patterning in enough ways that the grand scheme of things, that, you know, you don't need to react to, you know, anything on that really doesn't impact you. You can calmly react in ways. You can process things in new ways a lot more. What's the word? You know what I mean? Like, you kind of get your priorities in order when once you've started exercising the infinite mind. You become much more centered. And self-composed. Yeah. I hope that kind of made sense. So yeah, that's just kind of one. You can really have fun with that one, imagining literally visualizing the zooming in and zooming out as much as you can, and in as many ways as you can. Imagine that kind of zoom in, zoom out on anything. I find that it is such a beautiful, powerful tool to use to grow in so many different ways, and to find the peace and find your connection with it all. And you know, you might just break through and really find that your mind starts taking you to some really powerful places and seeing some really powerful things, you know, the whole awakening process. But you know, even if you've had your awakening type thing already, this type of mental exercise is like a beautiful meditation to, you know, reconnect with all. And yeah, so yeah, I'll leave it there for that one. And yeah, I hope it made sense, and I hope, you know, you can get something out of it, because yeah, like, you know, we all do need to expand our minds more and really come up with some you know, new ways of connecting and communicating and thinking bigger. Yeah, and you know, especially the level, like, I really hope that it improves your ability to feel connected and unified, like the unity consciousness, like, you know, putting yourself in another's experience, like to do this zoom in, zoom out with anything, with another person, you know, within the relationship, like with anything. I hope that helps someone.